children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders. This is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Brewery Studios in Garfield, New Jersey. I am Dark Messiah 2.0. I am the mail boy and the CEO. Not Stephanie McMahon. I'm the mail boy and the CEO. In case you did not know, every time that I come, it is time to go. Because the boy don't pull talk with these hoes like John Laurinaitis. And on the phone, as always, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz.
It's your boy Alex, the motherfucking Hill, aka the Stanley of podcasting, and also known as I can get down to one knee and do like niggas in the NFL and power allegiance to Vince McMahon and say, fuck him by being fired. Jesus Christ. How long you went through two different names and it makes my nipples hard finally. They're going to the cross space and have a run to a cross space. I just hope it ain't Johnny Ace's place. Oh, God.
And on the boards, they call him J Kid.
You already know. J Kid's the franchise on the ones and twos, giving you that Ultra Heelz wrestling news.
What up, X-Men Damn?
X-Men Damn is not a scam.
It's not a sham. It's the real X-Men Damn on Instagram. Follow him, fam.
Follow him, fam. He said Vince is my hero.
Whoa,
Hold on. Whoa.
Well, before we get too far,
Hold on.
The best 3 minutes in wrestling podcasting history, Cheeks of the Week.
Yes. The Cheeks of the Week.
And if you are listening to this on the audio platform, do yourself a favor.
Please.
And hop on YouTube. Watch the first 3 minutes. You're doing yourself a great disservice if you do not watch the Cheeks of the Week.
The Cheeks is always going to be there in the week in the first 3
One
minutes.
of our staples, Tony Storm right in the middle.
Yeah.
One of the new up-and-comers on the right, Ty Conti. Do you know who the left is with the glasses on?
Is that, I don't even know.
It's AEW.
AEW?
Yes. A little older. Late 30s.
Is that Serena Deeb?
No.
No?
Too tall.
Too tall. Okay.
Rebel.
How about this?
Is that Rebel?
That's Rebel.
Oh, shoot.
You know,
I didn't even
Britt
recognize
Baker's sidekick. That's Rebel.
I didn't even recognize her.
Yeah, that's Rebel.
Oh, wow.
Right now, Rebel got a nice cuff under there. Jesus
Yeah,
Lord.
she does. Oh, shit.
And we're working overtime on Cheeks this week.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Maurice.
Get the big bombs for that one.
I'm saying right now, I feel like Marie deserves her own segment because the way she be coming out now, she just making these girls like they don't know what they doing.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I see why she got 2 kids. The minute show up and she dressing like this, I'd be like, you know what? I'm talking in the room for a second.
Word. And especially because Maurice's mom lives like in the guest house. Do you know? Just let the kids play in the yard. Hey, mom, watch the kids. Yo,
Hey,
Maurice, let me slide. Let me slide right quick.
Hey, Mom, the kids in there with you for about 2 days. Me and Maurice gonna go on a trip, and she's gonna ride this favorite rocket ship.
Is Flair still canceled? Or are we allowed to talk about Flair again?
I mean, he's having his last match soon,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, I don't think he's canceled because
I know it got postponed.
It did.
I think it's like the week after Forbidden Door or something.
Yeah, and he was training with Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
Mostly.
What up, Valdor?
That's still expensive, and 2, I'm just happy he's training with the guy that sounds just like him.
Yeah, true. Ooh.
Okay.
That was the best segment ever.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the president, the CEO, the head of creative for World Wrestling Entertainment. What was this? Friday, the initial article from the Wall Street Journal came out. Mm-hmm. There was a leak that there's an investigation by the board of directors on a $3 million payout for an alleged sexual relationship with an employee.
Ooh.
According to the Wall Street Journal article, this was a person that was hired as a paralegal in 2019. The person was paid $100,000 a year for their job. They got a 100% raise. For their second year, they were making $200,000, and then became an assistant to John Laurinaitis. during this time, the relationship with Vince, I guess Vince moved on, allegedly. And John Laurinaitis attempted to fill the role, allegedly. And this person then decided, I'm not down with this, I'm leaving. And Vince allegedly paid out of pocket $3 million for this person to, with a non-disclosure agreement, to just disappear into the ether. And then since then, every fucking rumor about Vince fucking Sonny and fucking Sable and fucking Rosa Mendez, allegedly, because she's one of the big names that keeps popping up. I think that she's on the next slide. Yeah. I have them out of order.
Well, we have these.
We'll get to those.
We'll get to those. Give me a sec for that one.
But yeah, originally Rosa Mendez, who was openly dating Michael Hayes. She was openly dating Michael Hayes for the longest. So I can kind of see Michael Hayes being the kind of guy like, hey, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Of course. And she seems like the ditzy bimbo to do that sort of thing, allegedly.
I'm just saying.
Which hole? What else? Vince McMahon also had an affair with his secretary in the early 90s that people forget about. This was prior to the steroid trial. This is how far back it was. Her name was Emily something. I don't remember her last name. Emily something with an E. He had an affair then. There was a settlement for that. Also, over the last week, the board of directors has also looked into other payments Vince McMahon has made. So this is not the first and only payout that Vince has made to an accuser. Vince McMahon has stepped down in 3 of his positions. He's been replaced as president of the board of directors by Tony Khan. He's been replaced as CEO by Stephanie McMahon.
Yep.
Who stepped away a couple weeks ago from her job because the board of directors wasn't happy with her in her position. And Bruce Prichard has replaced Vince McMahon as head of creative. What? Bruce Prichard has also picked up John Laurinaitis' job as head of talent relations. What?
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Let me clear my throat.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's get to the bullshit now.
I know you have a lot to say, Alex.
We got the facts out. Let's get to the bullshit. Go ahead.
Yes.
I find it funny that you can send Paige a message saying we no longer need you. You can so-called fire, release Sasha Banks. Some shit come out for you, and it's now, together, and forever. And you got to walk off into the sunset. I wonder if all those people that John Laurinaitis called when they did that first 100 release, I wonder if some of them women were women that wouldn't do whatever this paralegal did.
You know what? When this popped up, I did think about Sasha. Maybe some weird shit went down in Laurinaitis' office.
Ooh, I'm
where
thinking
she was
that.
propositioned, and she said, "Fuck this, I'm going home." And that made me think. Maybe some weird shit happened.
Probably.
As soon as the shit popped up, I was like, strange how that popped up all of a sudden now that Sasha's supposed to be getting fully released, and she's been active for a while. All of a sudden, she's so-called been granted, and they just like, oh yeah, removed her from everything. She's no longer there. We haven't heard nothing from Naomi. I'm like, I wonder, was these fuckers trying to give her a proposition of doing something she didn't want to do? And she was like, I'm not like the other bimbos here. I'm not going to do it. I can leave and just leave. I'm like, so it makes more sense. At the same time, I've been saying, and I've been calling this meme for a long time, and I feel like at this point, I'm the president of it. Fuck this with me. Okay? Yeah. Everybody listen to my voice. Now you understand why I've been saying it for so long.
I always believe.
Like, y'all thought I just didn't like this man. No, it's something about this man that just shouldn't be right. And just like how CM Punk said it, he's a millionaire that should have been a billionaire. Now you open your company up to being publicly traded. And I mean everybody can go do your shit. All your little dark secrets are about to be out in the wind. I think you should have kept to yourself, boy. Should have just kept to yourself. All your secrets would have went with you. Now everybody knows, and now it's going to see in the woodwork. I feel like now the WWE let go all these wrestlers and they talk so much shit, and we be like, I feel like they're just bitter. No, I'm not. Like I've been saying it for a long time. I feel like they just been telling the truth. Nobody.
When Lana was released, she said, "I'm going to reveal the truth," and then she never said anything.
No, she didn't.
Was this a hint at this?
Maybe this was the hush money, or the hush money that.
Oh yeah. Lana was brought up as one of the alleged people.
Mm-hmm. AKA TJ Perry, right?
Yeah, CJ.
Oh, CJ Perry. There you go. But
maybe that's why Miro didn't like none of the storylines he was getting. That she had to keep fucking with all these guys.
Dolph Ziggler, The Rock,
Bobby Lashley,
Enzo,
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Enzo one actually kind of made sense.
But so after this was Friday morning, this news story came out. But Vince decided to show up on fucking SmackDown
And
then show up on Raw. We haven't seen Vince on TV since WrestleMania. And even, the little segments with Austin Theory, but he's just coming out to cut a promo in the middle of the show about nothing. What? Like, is this like his goodbye to the crowd? Is that what it was?
that was sure a misleading goodbye over there. You know?
Is he going to be on NXT tonight? He's never been on NXT.
That would be crazy if he did.
I'm telling you now, what would be more remarkable if he showed up? If he showed up NXT UK.
Wow, imagine.
Well, they're taped ahead like a month, so
yeah. So he probably already went there.
Oh, speaking of
happened.
More facts of the backstory.
Okay.
In April, Kevin Dunn was investigated for insider trading.
Oh yeah, I heard.
He sold over $1 million worth of his WWE stocks. Oof. So that was the first sign of this. He knew in April.
What the hell's going on in here?
So he tried to dump stock before the shit hit the fan. But because of his position, he's not a member on the board of directors. He just reports to them.
Yeah.
He legally cannot be convicted of insider trading, but the writing is on the wall for he knew and I'm getting my money while the getting's good.
I knew that little troll was up to something. I knew it. I knew that little gnome was up to something, bro.
Yeah.
I do know it. But yo, speaking of which, Raw, McMahon came to Raw as well. And I think it's better than his time in SmackDown because he made a moment.
Yeah.
He made a moment. He made a moment.
To jump off the steps. And then the memes that have spawned from this.
And get ready, guys. Get ready.
I would buy this cover. I would buy this cover.
Yo,
I'm
this
not even
cover.
playing.
This cover would be legit.
I'm gonna print this cover. I'm gonna print that cover, and then when I sell 2K, I'm gonna take it to GameStop.
Yo, it's the ultra limited edition.
Yo, it's the McMahon edition. You know that's going down for $200.
It was the McMahon edition. I don't know. Something about if you do GM mode with a female, you get $3 million in cash already.
Yes, damn. Holy shit. Oh man.
Got that man skipping off with his
skateboard. Fuck you,
Yo, my whole thing with that picture is why they put him so far to the left of the whole entire street. They could put him in the middle of the street.
They couldn't. They honestly couldn't.
Don't let me get my hands on the people because I'm going to put an ollie ramp there and everything.
Oh, this is too funny, man. There's a lot more on Twitter, so you guys check it out because there's a lot more.
The internet doesn't sleep, sir.
No, they do not. They do not sleep. This was overnight.
I'm gonna tell you right now. As of right now, as soon as I heard the whole situation with Vince and what was happening, I was like, wonder how long this is going to take for everybody to be like, oh, we never trusted him. And I got online to my little wrestling chats. and everybody there saying all this shit and all that, and I'm up here posting the beginning of us talking when we turned to the Ultra Hills. And I've been saying, I've been the leader of the Fuck the McMahon group. I was like, I've been here before all of y'all, and y'all just dick riding me now.
Word. Pretty much. The other thing about sorting out assignments in the hierarchy.
Nice.
I'm disappointed Jeff Jarrett didn't get a bigger role.
Yeah.
Really?
Earlier this year, Jeff Jarrett was brought in as executive vice president of live events.
I could see
Basically, his job is to book buildings other than WrestleMania. He does all the house shows. He does Raw. He does SmackDown. And then also he's in charge of doing the local promotion in each town for those shows. That's what he oversees. I was really expecting him to get a job on a creative team with this going down. Because the man, started 3 or 4 different promotions?
Yeah,
he
did.
Sure.
And he's been doing it since he was 6 years old when his dad was running the Memphis territory. So he knows what the hell he's doing. It's not like it's it's not like Tony Khan listening to the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Yeah, right. It doesn't.
All I know is going forward, we know Vince, and we know Vince with bad situation. When some shit like this hit the fan, and if he is acquitted of this bullshit and they find him not guilty, storyline gonna be made of it by the next week.
Yep.
Thanks, X-Man.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
I wish I forgot to save Max Caster's bar because he wasn't on Dynamite last week. Well, no, that would have been before. But he was on Dark on Monday. He said something on Dark. I forgot what it was. He mentioned NDAs and $3 million. I forgot what the line was this week, but he talked about it.
Oh,
he's got his finger on the pulse.
He does.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
He's another that could be a great heel, just by his bars alone. Because he's been coming up with some good bars, yo.
Yeah. You got any more? Anybody else to shit on Alex before we move on?
Before we shit on this next person.
Do I? No, You know the only most funniest meme I ever saw so far right now is a picture of Triple H with the NXT roster, and Stephanie goes, "Hey, Triple H, what do you want?" And he goes, "Stephanie, you know what the hell I want?" And it says
black
NXT
and gold.
With black and gold, and I was like, no offense, but I would just do it just to be a dick. I just do it to be a dick. I just want to know what's going to happen going forward now.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Stephanie has marching orders, and she's just gonna do whatever Daddy says to do.
Yeah, because Daddy's gonna be on the back seat while he's catching the pace.
We know Vince is still calling the shots from behind the scenes. He's just out of power legally. That's all.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, you know Vince is behind the scenes calling shots, back shots, side shots.
Damn,
money shots.
Of course.
But I do know one shot he ain't calling: the separation between him and Linda.
Oh yes. Yeah, they haven't been together in years. Basically, when she started her political career in like 2005, that's the last time they were living together on a regular basis.
True.
Because at the time she was living in New York. No, I'm sorry, he was living in New York at the He has a penthouse in downtown New York. She was still living in Connecticut because she was a senator, and then she got on George Bush's cabinet. So she was living in Washington, and he moved back to Connecticut. And then when she retired from politics, she moved to Florida, and he's still living in Connecticut. So they haven't been together in years, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say they haven't been together in years, but now that Dunn came out, then they've been going around saying Triple H and Stephanie is also separated. And I'm like,
no.
Why would you say that? Like,
it's just Triple H was in Florida a lot because of NXT. He wasn't in Connecticut all the time, but Stephanie was in Connecticut, and then she would fly out for Raw. So they would cross paths, but their jobs that they were doing didn't allow them to be in the same place at the same time.
Man, just give the job to Triple H. That's it. Just give the job to Triple H. Obviously, he's passionate about it.
Oh, and let's not forget that Shane is still not an employee of WWE.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He's just not in the conversation, period.
He said, I'm out. That's it.
Well, technically, he got fired.
That was his way of saying, I'm out.
I still think that's crazy how when he showed up at Royal Rumble and he was just giving all his power that day, and everybody was like, "The fuck is Shane doing?" And then the day after the Rumble was like, "Oh yeah, we've released Shane of all his contracts."
My whole thing is, and I still don't get to this day. Yeah, going forward, what do we say now? Because now that I've finally been proven right that, fucking Mr. McMahon group, I have nothing else to fall back on.
You gotta find somebody else, like fuck Dave Meltzer or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say that, but people have been saying that since Dave Meltzer was born, so I don't think I want
to. Fuck Vince Russo.
First of all, the world hates that man, so I don't need to be part of that group.
I don't know. We'll have to brainstorm and find somebody else for you to lead a faction against.
I can't say fuck Nick Khan because he's been the secret mole to everything at this point. So I kind of want to thank him for that. Should I buy him a fruit basket? I think I should buy him a fruit basket and give him a hooker. That's what I think I should do, but I should do it on his off days, not while he's at work. Like, man.
Did we become Nick Khan fans? What?
Not entirely.
I guess
because you still have to remember he's partially responsible for all these releases. That's all his handiwork.
I'm about to say, look, he is responsible for all these releases, but he's also kind of released Vince for a moment, so I can't be really mad at that.
Yeah. So that's a tough one.
Because he kind of released the biggest wrong thing they had in WWE right now.
So I'm thinking, he could change everything. I don't know. It all depends. Give the guy a chance,
Yeah.
Let's say, give the guy a chance.
He's there for business reasons. He's not there for wrestling creative. That's the gist of it.
We'll see how they make it now.
Because don't forget when Stephanie stepped down a month ago, part of her being a chief brand officer was reassigned to Nick Khan because the board felt that she wasn't fulfilling her duties in creating partnerships with other brands. And that's what Nick Khan has been doing heavily from his position as vice president. So he essentially was already doing her job better than she was.
So is that
in the year and a half that he's been there?
So is that the reason we had Mickie James on the Royal Rumble?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if that was him, then okay.
With all the TNA rights for.
I'm about to say, look. Ain't him and The Rock best friends?
Not best friends, but they grew up together when The Rock was living in Hawaii. They were like their families were friends.
now, let's just throw this out there quick as a little pitch.
I know where you're going. I heard this theory. I know where you're going.
Also, no, not theory. I'm talking about like hopefully happen. I don't need a theory. Theory. Look at Austin. It's gonna be real. Let's just say he is the reason why this happened. Because don't forget, Vincent McMahon also just paid out the XFL shit that happened finally.
Yep. That was a $23 million lawsuit.
Yeah, and don't forget that The Rock kind of owns the majority of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And his wife.
So, could this be a smooth way of like sliding
the Rock owning WWE?
Like, the role that he needs. Not even own it. Just sliding the role into The Rock been there since forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this like a good way of sliding him in the spot where he can help out with Triple H and them and get WWE back to where it was?
I would see The Rock leading the buyer group for Universal because obviously The Rock has to deal with Universal for the Young Rock show. So he would be the front man for the buyer group backed by NBC Universal. That would be the possibility.
I could see that happening.
It's a lot of things that could happen because, you're lucky Kevin Feige is not a wrestling fan because him, he'll talk to Disney. All of a sudden, Disney be on WWE for real now.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
All right. So from one lawsuit to another.
Nice.
Sonny, a.k.a. Tammy Sytch.
You mean female Joker?
Here's a article on the update of her status. In an update on the legal case, Tammy Sytch's attorney, Steve Deloche, filed a motion on June 16th that is seeking the court's permission to withdraw as her legal representation.
Oh, wow.
Her lawyer wants out.
He wants out.
Her lawyer wants out. It goes on to say, an impasse has been reached in the handling of the case, making it impossible for the client and attorney to continue on work cooperatively in the case. The client has not complied with the terms of the employment agreement with this attorney. The client will not be prejudiced if the undersigned is permitted to withdraw.
I feel like
that means she's not cooperating with the lawyer to get shit done.
Now,
Why
with
do I
this,
feel like-
can we just say that Amber Heard lawyer has another chance at trying to fix somebody?
I don't even know. Yo, I hate to say it, but she's a train. Like, lock the bitch up and
yeah, just lock her.
lock the bitch up, please. We're done with her.
So, you guys watch Rescue Rangers, right? The movie.
Yep.
Oh, you're talking Chippendales?
Yeah, Chippendales.
Yeah.
Rescue
After you told me, I
Rangers.
saw it. Yeah.
It was dope. Alex, did you?
Yo, first of all, I waited for it to drop on Disney and I watched it like at work.
All right. So I feel like Sunny is the literal female version of Peter Pan.
The fact that they made Peter Pan a villain was insane.
You are so right. She literally is.
I watched that movie 3 times already. So it's just like the downfall. Look, she was like a big star, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was huge back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then just started going down here. 'Cause
Ironically,
she's not getting prettier
people want to
anymore.
point to Paul Heyman as the source of her downfall.
Oh yes.
Because of her relationship with Chris Candido, and when they were in ECW, and Paul Heyman's bouncing checks, he's taking out all kinds of crazy loans, and then he's not be able to get loans anymore. And Tammy and Chris Candido were one of the people. They came out of pocket for the company. They put their house up for sale to provide money for ECW, and then never got paid back by Paul Heyman. And with Candido dying after shortly after ECW folded, and they're saying this all that shit kind of is where she started to go downhill.
Imagine if she got that money. She wouldn't have looked like that. Maybe she would. I don't know.
Yeah, Paul Heyman owes everybody a few $1,000s.
I'm sure that Paul did.
At this point right now, Paul Heyman should have been wrote them checks at this point now.
Oh, that's why Tommy Dreamer still has beef with Paul Heyman. He says he's put money in on ECW too that he never got back.
But this is Tommy Dreamer we're talking about. He's the heart and soul of ECW.
Yeah.
But we all know that the balls of ECW was Paul Heyman.
I think RVD is the only one that doesn't have anything negative to say about Paul Heyman and money. I know Sandman was talking about money at one point. Sabu was talking about money at one point. Pretty much everybody except RVD out of the originals.
He needed money. He needed money to stay afloat.
Yeah.
ECW.
Oh, we kind of covered this already with the Sasha Banks thing.
Yeah.
And she's just living her best life because allegedly she's gotten her release over the weekend.
She did.
There was an article saying that her team, her lawyer group, has gotten her release from WWE quietly.
AEW Impact. Or
AEW, obviously.
Or OnlyFans.
And I'm thinking because of the nature of the situation, she wouldn't have a 90-day clause. So I could see her showing up in AEW within the next couple weeks to join Athena against the baddies.
That would be.
Because I forgot who's teaming with Athena right now. Was it Tony Storm?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they need a third to go up against the baddies. So nice. I can see that happening.
It would be nice to see Jay Cargill and Sasha Banks, or what's her name now? Mercedes
Martinez?
Martinez?
Yeah. Well, no, her name is Mercedes Varnado. That's her real name. Mercedes Martinez is the other wrestler.
Yeah.
The Ring of Honor Women's Champion who's never on TV, even though she's been signed to AEW since like November.
Word. It's but that would be a dream match though.
Yeah. So Cody Rhodes is still in the news, even though he's not on TV. Over Father's Day weekend, he posted a picture of his daughter, Liberty Iris Runnels, sitting on the Triple H throne that he broke at the first Double or Nothing. So this motherfucker kept the throne and glued it back together. You knew he was leaving AEW.
He was like, I gotta get this back. I gotta get this back together before Triple H gets mad at me. Oh man,
he's got his daughter's birthday. I think was Thursday, so she's a year old, and then Father's Day was on Sunday, and the little girl's sitting in the throne.
Oh man, Triple H must be smiling right now.
Yeah, and then on Father's Day, he put out a tweet about Hell in a Cell. My mom thought it was makeup until Brandy, called and gave her the news.
I'm sorry. I just had to say it.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes is still making news from home on his couch. Oh, and also he was he went to somebody's no, I'm sorry. A bunch of the AEW rosters showed up for his daughter's birthday. It was Shawn Spears, QT Marshall, basically everybody from the factory. Matt Cardona, who also has is also in a sling because he has a broken he has something wrong in his shoulder.
Yeah. He's been going too hard, man.
Yeah, so there was a nice party at the Reynolds household over the weekend for both the baby's birthday and Father's Day.
First of all, you just said something that reminded me of something. So Mr. Woo Woo Woo, you know it, saw that Vince was in this shit. He goes, I find that funny. Maybe that's why my merch stopped selling and I had to do the podcast. I just want you to know, every day you become my favorite. But I find the only one person on this planet that everybody hates. And we're not talking about Vince or Chris Benoit. Ryback said something. And not one person had anything negative to say in his comment about Vince getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I was like, what? The world doesn't hate him right now?
Yeah, we'll let Ryback have that one. We'll let him have that one.
I mean, he's been doing it for years, and might as well let him have one, right, at least. Right?
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
You lose a lot.
He loses most.
And then there's
lose
some, and then there's Ryback.
Yeah. Also, more Twitter news. Ronda Rousey tweeted out, "Someone needs to tell your discount OnlyFans sister fetish YouTube is weird and embarrassing. People, punctuation save lives."
Yeah, exactly.
Punctuation save lives. And this was tweeted at Natalia. And she also tagged her Natalia and her sister's YouTube page. Natalie replied, "It was either do a channel with my hot sister or bring people to a rock at the back of my farm to cry and talk about conspiracy theories. I chose the sexy sister thing because we might be weird, but we're not as weird as your hot takes on life," because Ronda Rousey does these random lives just on her farm talking about conspiracy theories. But their content is weird as fuck, though. It's weird, like cis lesbian sister stuff. It's
hey, sir, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a high community, and I will pay for that. Talking about conspiracy theories, being Ronda Rousey, I don't give a fuck about her talking about conspiracy theories. Natalia and her sister want to rub on each other in bikinis. I'm here for it.
Yes, I'm saying I'm here for it, but it's weird. It's weird.
It is weird. It is a little weird.
It's my brand of weird. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. It's our brand of weird, let's say.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, but if you're a wrestling fan and you also are in the age range of 19 to about, dead, that's our life. What the hell are you talking about? Nobody fucking serious theory. We care about titties, girl-on-girl action, and we're getting both at the same time. YouTube channel. I'm okay with this.
They just happen to be related.
Yeah.
I'll say videos I have watched online, but that would incriminate me, so I'm gonna leave that out for this channel. I'm just saying, stepbrother, stepmom, stuck in the shower, stuck in the wash machine, that kind of use.
Hey, yo. I accidentally took Dad's Viagra. That one gets me every time.
I know what you're talking about. That's so sad I do that. Oh my God, I hate myself right now. And I'm gonna go watch it later just for the fuck of it because it's funny as that. Oh God, I gave myself a headache. Damn it. Thank you, dog. Thank you.
Oh.
Now I gotta go explain to my wife why I just screamed upstairs so hard.
Or I've got to stay at grandma's because I got bad grades.
First of all, you know, as a black child and being also Spanish, staying at grandma's house is never a good thing, nigga. I'm trying to go home. I don't want to be.
That's a popular category too. I've got to stay at grandma's because I got bad grades.
I'm telling you.
Anyway.
Love to tell you what, Mickey James need to start making some videos too. He need to start playing these games.
Anyway.
Next, and you know what? Her Marie. There you go.
Yeah.
I will pay for that. They can have my paycheck from week to week. You understand me?
Yeah.
Do you see Lena? What's her name? Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, yeah.
Do you see her recent pictures?
Oh yeah, she's experimenting with wigs or something. Yeah. I mean, she's got the titty meat out, but you know.
Yeah. First of all, have I seen it? Yes. Look, have I seen it? Yes. Am I excited by it? A little bit. Do I want more? A lot of it.
A lot. All of it. All of it.
Look, I want to pay for it. Monthly installments. Yes, I'm going to do it all.
Okay.
The alpha male of our species, Brock Lesnar, has returned again. Apparently because there's nobody left. Literally, Roman said there's nobody left, and there is nobody left because everybody's injured or fired.
Yeah.
Or just put in the back of the line.
Because we still have to wait on the resurrection of Edge as a babyface because you know he got the concerto, so storyline he's got to take a couple weeks off to recover from it. So he'll be back as a babyface. I assume he'll get some sort of some sort of run at Roman.
Yeah.
But we also have Drew McIntyre on the back burner for the UK show. So there's still people there, but
yeah.
There's pretty much nobody left.
They're scattered.
He smashed all of them, as he said, which kind of got homoerotic as he was doing that promo. He was just talking about smashing dudes.
I've been saying that shit for a long time. I smashed them, and I keep smashing them. I'm like, dude, that's kind of gay. Like at this point now, can you use another term like beat them?
And then the Usos did it on Raw when they were talking about the RK Bro and all the other tag teams that they beat, the Street Profits. We smashed them. Like, yeah, this is getting a little out of hand. They need another verb other than smash.
Yeah, you know, they can't beat us. Nope, that sounds gay. We beat them. Yes, that sounds gay.
Defeated. You have to say defeated. We defeated them.
Defeated them.
You know, we could, but then that sounds so old. That sounds so WWF.
There's definitely other words. We thrashed them.
No, that's still sex.
That's still sex?
That's still sex. My friend used to use that, thrash. Or one of his favorites, scrape.
Ew.
That just sounds too like.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I scraped it.
That sounds like you've been in jail too long, and I need you to go find some friends. That is not it, sir.
I scraped it.
Like, nigga, that's how you hurt yourself.
You can't even say slammed. I slammed them. Like,
I scraped it. You scraped the head of it? Are you okay? Do you need to go to the hospital?
Elias is back. We walked with Elias this week. All the Zeke freaks walked with Elias.
Can I tell you that this is the best promo I've ever seen? Just trying.
It's not what we wanted, but it was still pretty fucking good.
Exactly.
Hey, look. I didn't watch Raw, and I heard that I heard that Elias was coming back, and I was like, I wonder how they're gonna pull this bullshit off because I don't want to see a double or somebody that looks almost like him. And they paid a real good makeup job beard on him, and it looked real. And I said, thank you, whoever sat down and was like, hey, let's just stop, rethink this story, and let's just do it right. Because that was my highlight of Raw for like 2022. That was genius.
Yeah.
We're never going to get this kind of. Whoever thought about this got fired. I bet you they got fired after this. I bet you they don't even
This was gold.
The way they thought about editing all this stuff together to actually have him, he's in the ring, he's on the screen, they're on the couch together. Beautifully edited.
Yes.
Beautifully edited. And again, beautiful makeup job on the beard. Cause I'm looking close. I'm like, damn, I can't fucking see the seams.
Let me tell you something. WWE posted a picture of
fake,
him
but it looks
in
real,
their
bro.
story. Look, WWE posted a video of him in their story with his back and his face to the mirror. And I screenshot and zoomed in. I was like, bruh, this looked like it physically grew out his face.
Yeah.
Who did the job?
Yeah.
Who did this awesome job?
Now, we were all hoping they would bring in Damian Sandow to be his stunt double. But this was good. They pulled this off nicely.
Maybe they'll do it later, but this is.
They pulled it off nicely. This is
a good job. Yo, you know what?
I didn't hear now. We wrestling the line.
Don't get me wrong. The storyline's a total crock of shit.
Oh yeah.
But what they've done with it it's pretty fucking good.
It made it better. How you make a doo-doo line storyline into a perfect gold scene?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you know that TNA / Impact Wrestling is 20 years old?
Hey, happy birthday.
Yes. Somehow they have survived for 20 years. Even though Dixie Carter tried her best to bankrupt the company multiple times. Tried her best to bankrupt the company multiple times. Tried to sell it and fucked up the sale and made that person lose tons of money.
Yep.
Billy Corgan, who then went and invested in the NWA. But yeah, they're still around. Impact Wrestling after 20 years.
Yay, you barely survived.
Will we be celebrating AEW's 20th year in 2039? Or will Tony Khan find something more interesting to do before then?
We'll see.
You have to remember the things that Tony Khan has been involved in and just said, no, I'm done. His dad owns the Jacksonville Jaguars football team. He was the head of talent relations. Well, basically the equivalent of that in football. That was his job in football.
Yeah.
His dad also owns, I forgot what soccer team in Europe. I'm not a soccer guy. I don't know the teams. Tony Khan, again, similar job. He was in charge of. He was the general manager of the team, which is he's in charge of getting talent and paying, working out contracts and shit. Things he has no expertise in. Same way he has no expertise in wrestling, other than the fact that he's a fan with a shit ton of money.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna be mad at him, but he's doing something that, hell, we do on the show for free, and we ain't got nobody really pay. He gets to live it like an action figure thing.
Sure.
No offense. If I had the kind of money, I'd be Tony Khan right now. You got me fucked up.
You also got to kind of consider the people that have gotten hurt on his dime. They've given Matt Hardy brain damage, 3 different times? First when he fell off the scaffolding, and then when Sammy Guevara botched the chair, and then he got a concussion 2 months ago again. So he's had 3 concussions in a year and a half.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you, like they tell motherfuckers in football and any other contact sport. You know what you got yourself into. You know what you're capable of. Don't go past the mean. You got niggas going past the mean. You can't blame Tony Khan. He went out there and was like, man, I want you to jump off this thing and land through the table. Right. He was like, y'all come over with y'all shit. And Matt probably we go through the table together. and for that, Matt. That's like asking Jeff Hardy, Jeff, can you have a normal match? And Jeff go, yeah, climb the 50-foot ladder and then do a swanton. I didn't ask you for that, Jeff. Why would you do that?
This is a normal match, Jeff. Like you don't have to put your body through it again. Like
Jeff, I said go out there and just greet the audience. I didn't say go do a swanton into the audience. Stop doing weird shit.
Just in the turnbuckle, not the ladder.
It ain't like WWE with the look. It ain't like WWE with the Blue Falcon.
Chris Jericho has peeked his head up on the internet also.
Yes, he did.
I don't think this was on his podcast. I think it was just an interview. He weighed in on the MGF situation. He has a lot to learn. He's not as good as he thinks he is. And like I said, it really is nothing to do with me, but I'm sure he'll be back. 18 months is a long time to stay at home, and that's Tony Khan's prerogative. You're under contract, and you stay at home, you can stay home and not get paid, and that's what happens. So.
Can't get mad at that. He didn't say nothing crazy. He been in wrestling forever.
Yeah.
But Chris Jericho is also very he's in the moment. Whoever's whoever is willing to pay him the most money is his best friend. Because remember, he was real tight with Vince for the longest. And he leaves. He goes to New Japan for a while. AEW pops up. And now, all of a sudden, Tony Khan's his best friend. And he's shitting all over WWE every chance he gets.
Hey, look, no offense, but unless your family worked for Vince from the day they was born until the day they died, everybody's cool with Vince when you're getting paid. But once you leave Vince, yeah, fuck him. Until you the amount of money to come back, like Brock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, it's always gonna be the same. I love that man. He's like a father figure to me. After a couple of years where you don't get paid, and then you see what they try to do to your name, yeah, fuck them. Fuck them, and yeah, fuck him again.
Don't you lecture me with your $30 haircut.
Well, that's the price of haircuts now. It's $30.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, luckily you're bald, so.
Yeah, true.
I'm sorry for you, Dark, because I get braids. That's a $41 wash, dry, and braid, and it lasts about 2 months.
Yeah, I'm chucking out $30 every 2 weeks.
Nah, fuck that. That's to me, J Kid, that's the price of a video game. You got us fucked up.
It is. You know how much Ninja Turtles is right now? It's like $22. Greatest game in the world right now.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm waiting till midnight tomorrow, and that's just getting bought on PlayStation.
AEW Road Rager. We spoke of Jeff Hardy raging the road himself.
Hey, hold on. We talked about it. Like, skipped over all the impacts now, didn't we?
Yeah.
We skipped over all the Slammiversary.
I completely forgot to watch it, to be honest.
Oh my God, Dark! Then you didn't see that WWE allowed AJ Styles to show up on the video call and thank Impact Wrestling.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah. He thanked Mr. Man WWE for allowing him to do this video, and he named off everybody from the first time he wrestled there all the way up to the last time.
Wow. Okay.
He was 20 years, and I was like, I was not expecting AJ Styles to do a video package for them. I thought he was going to do like anybody else in Impact, do a tweet about the old company and just move on. But they allowed him to do a whole video package and send it. I was like, wow, was that like his version of like Mickey James like send off? You work with him.
Right.
I guess that was like the the payback for letting Mickey James show up. It's like, yeah, we'll let AJ Styles do a video for you.
Yeah, because like I'm telling you, it threw people off because when the video package happened, it was like, they're gonna have some Impact wrestlers, get their little words of peace. And all of a sudden, it was like in a room, and all of a sudden you just see him walk in, and he sits down, and he has a scar on his forehead. And I'm like, this is recent. This isn't nothing old. This had to be just shot.
Mm-hmm.
It just had to be shot. And he just thanked everybody. And I was like, yo, who authorized this? Who allowed him to get there and do this? And then, you still have Earl Hebner and his son there. You had Dixie Carter show back up.
I'm actually watching.
It was weird, but it was like, I felt like they kind of needed that and deserved that for the 20 years.
Okay.
But it was a good thing. Hell, it was weird to see Aces and Aces back together. They're still in there.
Oh yeah, I did see a clip of D'Lo in his Aces and Aces jacket. I saw that.
Bro, that sky high he gave Kenny, boy, that magnifique. I didn't think D'Lo still had it in him.
Yeah.
Look, you're messing with the real deal now.
Yeah. All right, back to Road Rager. One of the matches was supposed to be the triple threat tag team ladder match, featuring the Hardys, the Young Bucks, and Jurassic Express. But obviously the Hardys were not there because of, as I said, Jeff Hardy took Raging the Road into his own hands.
You're having fun with this, are you?
I made the same joke twice in 2 minutes.
I think it's Twisted Metal.
But yeah, so the Young Bucks are champions again. I don't. Again, I'm not a Young Bucks fan, but it was the right thing because Jurassic Express just wasn't cutting it.
Yeah, and Christian turned heel in the middle of it.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Christian turned heel after the match, which needed to be done.
Yes, needed
badly for him and Jurassic Express.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't gonna lie, that's that long story booking right there. From the time he didn't get the title, and then he paired up with them. Technically, they was kind of almost the reason why he didn't win the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And him with them that long. I was like, eventually he's going to turn heel, and I want to know who he's going to turn heel on. And when it went down, I was like, you know what? That's that long storytelling booking right there.
Yeah. The other thing, Will Ospreay of New Japan Pro Wrestling, he had a fucking clinic. Yeah. A fucking clinic with Dax Harwood.
Bruh, I need another match of that because I watched that match like 3 times.
But his match at Forbidden Door is against fucking Orange Cassidy. Make that make sense. So he's getting a joke comedy match at the pay-per-view after having this fucking it's 5 stars to me. That was a fucking
match. That was a banger right there.
You know what's funny? I wouldn't pick this match against Orange Cassidy as a joke match. I feel like they finally gonna let Orange Cassidy try to go all out like he be doing every once in a blue moon. But I feel like with Ospreay, when he hit that damn elbow in the back of Orange Cassidy's neck, yeah, Orange Cassidy's gonna be gone for about a month or 2.
Okay, as I've said before, I'm kind of a hypocrite because I love Danhausen, but I hate Orange Cassidy. My only thing positive about Orange Cassidy, yes, he's a professional wrestler. He's made a gimmick and he's at the top of the profession. But in terms of actual in-ring work, he's just average. Why is just being average being rewarded?
Because if you work for the A company, be average, get you cater.
I don't know. It's not for me. That's all I can say. It's not for me.
Yeah, it's just. I guess it's one of those people who just gets it or something. I don't know what it is. I don't get it.
Again, like I said, I'm a hypocrite. Yes, I'm a hypocrite. I love Danhausen. It's basically I get. I don't get Orange Cassidy. It's not for me.
This is how I'm gonna put it. This is how I put it. If Tony Khan did an agreement with New Japan, throwing out a line, they had to speak to the wrestlers on who they want to have their match with. And Will Ospreay picked Orange Cassidy, there's got to be some reason why he picked him.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Because he was doing this before.
Because I really don't think Tony Khan would really pick Orange Cassidy to go against him.
I think Tony Khan would. I think he made a suggestion because Orange Cassidy is his favorite wrestler. He dresses up like Orange Cassidy for Halloween multiple times.
Yeah, but Chris Benoit's my favorite wrestler, but I wouldn't put him in a good match against fucking anybody in New Japan right now if he was alive. But that's just me. Like, I love Chris Benoit, but I'm not gonna put him against Will Ospreay. But if Will Ospreay say I want to fight him, nigga, you see something I don't see in him, then fuck it. Go ahead and do what you want to do, then. Damn it, fuck it.
No, you put him against Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
First of all, we already seen that match, and we know how long that goes. I don't think Forbidden Door has that kind of time.
Yeah, I think that match was like 52 minutes. It was fucking long.
It was like almost an hour. Like when these dudes left the ring, I was like, bro, I'm tired.
I didn't even do anything, and I'm tired.
Like I was sweating. I had to go get a drink a couple of times. I was like, bro, I don't know how these guys are doing it, but fuck this.
Yeah. Let's hop into Ultra Fantasy Booking. Last week was Dragon Force. The opening match was a contenders match. It was Wardlow challenging the champion Cesaro for a future title match. And Wardlow, goddammit, he done it. He is on a roll. He defeated Cesaro 55% to 45%. Match 2, also a contenders match, but this one in the tag division. It was AOP, the hottest thing in the tag division, taking on the champions, the Briscoes. But I believe the AOP's run stops here because the Briscoes won 57% to 43%.
About time. They were on a winning streak.
Yeah, this is their first loss. Since almost getting fired, it's their first loss.
That's true.
Next match, we had in the women's division, Deonna Purrazzo, the two-time women's champion, taking on Thunder Rosa with Victoria hanging out at ringside because she's keeping her eye close on the champion. Stipulation voting. Thunder Rosa wins clean. Thunder Rosa wins via DQ by Victoria. Deonna wins clean, or Deonna wins via DQ by Victoria. And Thunder Rosa has won the match. That was a 45% vote, so it got the majority of the votes. Nice. Yeah. And match 4. This is a loser leaves town match. The loser will be sent home and potentially on the chopping block. Jay Lethal won over Shelton Benjamin, 54-46. So Shelton Benjamin will be at home, no longer in catering. He has to order Uber Eats. And in the main event slot, Kevin Owens came out to the ring. He held the ring hostage. So last week at Double or Nothing, I lost my shot at the title. I know I can beat Cesaro. I should have beat Cesaro. I just need one more match. And I'm going to sit right here in this ring until I get it. Out comes LA Knight. Hey, Kev, cut the crap. Nobody cares. You lost, end of story. Get to the back of the line. And in case you didn't know, I love kicking a man when he's down. So right now, I'm going to walk down to this ring and kick your ass. And the show goes off the air as officials rush out to break up the fight. And that was Dragon Force. In this week's episode of Warzone,
Yeah.
we're going to kick off the night. Finn Balor, the #1 contender for the Dragon Force championship. He's taking on Danhausen because he just needs a tune-up. He needs a little easy win. Match 2. Tessa Blanchard and Charlotte, known as Daddy's Girls, will be taking on the 2 veterans of Serena Deeb and Mercedes Martinez. Match 3. War Machine will be taking on Red Dragon, 2 hot teams in the tag division. Potentially one of these teams will get another title shot because they keep coming up short every time they actually get to the champion. Match 4, we have Mickie James taking on Tenelle Dashwood. Again, similar situation. They're getting a lot of wins. Potentially the winner may get a title shot if things go right. Next, Renee Paquette will interview Walter. Walter will call out Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is the worst kind of human. He does not respect the sacred match. He does not belong in this ring. He does not belong in a sport that I would die for. Therefore, I am challenging Brock Lesnar to a match for the United States Championship inside a fight pit. No pins, no submissions, no countouts. Last man breathing wins.
No offense. I don't I won't be a part of that match. That sounds like not a
Next match. MJF will be taking on Buddy Matthews of House of Black. And the main event will be a champion versus champion. The IWGP World Champion AJ Styles will be taking on the MLW Openweight Champion Daniel Bryanson. But AJ's Bullet Club buddy Adam Cole will be ringside. What will the outcome be? Will AJ win via distraction by Adam Cole? Will AJ win via countout after Adam Cole attacks Daniel Bryan behind the ref's back? Or will Daniel Bryan win via DQ after Adam Cole just jumps in the ring? And that is Warzone. Vince McMahon, you're fired. We don't cancel people around here. You're fired. I have been Darth Messiah 2.0, and you, sir. Good night, J Kid.
Good night to all, and to all a good night.
Peace.
Peace.